Welcome to Tabletop Battle Adventures, D-Day 0830 hours, turn 17, part 5. For the details, gotta go back and watch the introduction video and follow along. I believe we made it through all of the ambushes for the U.S. forces and the German forces on the Omaha Beach battlefield. In the distance there. Here on the Hedgerows Carentan battlefield, a few soldiers still on ambush. Second squad leader, Sergeant Braden, on ambush. Flamethrower team for the 506th on ambush. Platoon Sergeant David on ambush. Third squad leader, Sergeant Jake McNeese, on ambush. 6th Fallschirmjäger, first section assistant leader, Sergeant Jarl, on ambush. And a first section soldier here, center screen. And also the LMG team from first section on ambush. And 100th Panzer platoon leader, First Lieutenant Eulander's Puma, on ambush. And I believe Sergeant Jory, who is right behind this bush center screen, and he was hit with an artillery strike and survived. He's on ambush with 5 pins, so he's just going to rally in a moment. The battle is intensifying here in the hedgerows between the 506th PIR, the 3 armored units of the 100th Panzer, and the 6th Fallschirmjäger has sent some reinforcements, as I mentioned, forward from Carentan, which is held by the 6th Fallschirmjäger. And the main infantry that's been battling the 506 for this battle has been the 1058 Grenadiers, and they have taken heavy losses, probably the heaviest. Both of the bridges leading into Carentan are held by the 6th Fallschirmjäger, and the river lock also held by them, and the river lock is open, and it has been flooding the green fields the entire battle. Infantry advance, no run, and no vehicles. The brown fields are regular movement. The hedgerows block line of sight, if they're tall hedgerows. If they're short hedgerows, like this area, does not block line of sight. And so much to explain that I can't possibly do at each part. So instead, we'll get a view here of Omaha Beach first. 916th Grenadiers, 1st and 2nd Platoon, defending, doing well, and taking massive losses. Attacking Omaha Beach from the left flank, the 116th Infantry Company A, 1st Platoon, and they are halfway up the beach, just about. And they end here in the center of the battlefield. That's 1st Squad. Behind them is the 2nd Rangers, Company C, heavy weapons. And then 2nd Platoon. And 1st Platoon, who is finding themselves in a bit of trouble. The 743rd Tank Battalion, Company A, they have managed to push through the beach obstacles with the dozer, Sherman with the dozer blade on the front, and the Sherman Crocodile has knocked out the Pack 40. It was amazing. The rest of the 743rd providing cover fire. Probably the MVP of the battle for the 743rd is this T-34 Calliope with the deadly rockets on top. And really, they haven't taken much battle losses. That the 743rd, the company commander was knocked out, and the 2nd platoon tank, both by the dreaded 88 in this bunker. All right, let's get to some action. I think we're through with all the ambushes roll-offs for now. So we are going to go ahead and get our first dice of 0830 hours, turn 17, German. As I look across the battlefields, I'm thinking which German unit can do damage now before they are annihilated. And I'm thinking the 916th Grenadiers medium mortar. They are going to be hitting the 116th Infantry heavy mortar on a 4. And they are also being targeted by that heavy mortar. And all it takes is the Navy ship order dice to come out. And on a 3-up, these guys are disappearing from Earth, as did the heavy mortar that was here. So, we're going to activate this medium mortar. We'll give them a fire order. They are going to need a 4-up. Miss. 2d6 scatter dice. 116th Infantry platoon leader, the first lieutenant. He has 1 pin marker. He's going to receive an advance order. He'll take an orders test at a 10 and under. Pass. He's going to give out 2 orders. First order is going to go to the 3rd squad leader, center screen. He'll receive an advance order. And the second order dice for the first lieutenant is going to go to the platoon guide. He'll also receive an advance order. The 3rd squad leader can give out 1 order dice, and the platoon guide can give out 2 order dice. First, we'll move the first lieutenant forward, and he'll have to take a landmine check. Pass. I was thinking about using this radio operator to call in artillery strike. Or that'd be kind of like an extra Navy artillery strike. But I think I'm going to use that artillery strike over in the hedgerows because it's critical that the 506 get to those bridges leading into Carentan so that they can stop the company of armor coming through Carentan turn 24. So we will do that. Alright, so in that case, we're going to have the lieutenant and his radio operator both have SMGs. We have 4 shots, and they're going to be hitting on 7s anywhere they fire. So since that's the case, they're going to see if they can't put another, so they have to be all the way up against that low tide mark to be in soft cover. So they are not in soft cover yet, at least not from, say, the angle that the 88 had. Well, you know what? They might have some cover. Yeah, they're pretty close, but regardless, they're gonna take shots on 7s at that bunker there. 3rd squad leader is going to receive that advance order now. He's gonna make it all the way up into the at the base of the high tide mark. It's gonna be hard cover, at least from front, maybe from the side also. Now, what's it called down the side? Enfilade from down the side. There might only be soft cover or no cover. We'll have to get the laser pointer out and see. So 3rd squad leader taking a landmine check. Pass. All right. Officially, he is the first soldier. His I guess the platoon leader's radio operator is close enough. So he's the 2nd soldier to make it to the high tide mark. Took few turns to get up here. So with his, he's gonna have. He'll only be able to shoot down the beach, which, you know what, from where he's at, he won't have a shot. No way. But that's still okay. And he's as he was pushing forward, he went ahead and gave the third squad bazooka team here, center screen, in advance order. They're going to head up right behind the third squad leader. They will have to pass the landmine check. They failed, and they hit a landmine. Okay, on a roll on the landmine chart, on a roll of a 1, they will take a 2-inch HE direct landmine hit. On a roll of a 2 up, they take D3 pins and go down. And they're going to take 3 pins and go down. Now the first lieutenant's second order dice was going to the platoon guide, and he will receive an advance order and head toward the high tide, hard cover. Okay, platoon guide is going to receive an advance order. They're going to head around the medium machine gunner and his team and take a position here on the in front of the order dice. They'll need to take a landmine check. 10 and under. Pass. They won't have a shot from where they're, and actually, he's kind of in that little cut there where the water runs off the road. So I think the one they actually, but if they could shoot at the Germans, they can also be shot at. But I'm thinking, well, I didn't intend that to be a drainage with fire. But I mean, it makes sense. So yeah, we'll let him shoot, but then he can get shot at. So we're gonna get 4 shots, and they'll go ahead and shoot. They're gonna try to target this group here. This is the 916th First Platoon, Second Section. The 3 soldiers, center screen. They will be hitting on 4s. That's definitely gonna be 6s. This will be 4s for long range. 6s for beyond range, and then hard cover. So we're looking for 7s. Ooh, too bad we're not looking for 5s. Platoon guide's going to give first order dice to the medium machine gun team here. They have 1 pin mark. They're going to receive an advance order, but they'll need to take the orders test. They pass. They'll need to take a landmine check also. I meant to say a run order. And that will, as they use that to advance forward, they will be able to make it up to the barbed wire. And that's going to still be in soft cover. Once they get past the barbed wire, then no cover. Platoon Guide's second order dice is going to go to the 116th Heavy Machine Gun. 2 soldiers remaining in this team. And they're going to receive a run order also and head up to the high tide mark. They're going to receive the run order. And they too, with their 9-inch, so on the sand, the infantry can advance 5 inches or run 9 inches. And so that'll need to take a landmine check. Pass. All right, it's looking nice. Oh, we're gonna actually turn them slightly. There we go. That gives them better area. They can both fire this direction up here. Plus, they'll be able to looks like maybe put some fire on this group of soldiers through this area here. Hopefully that's coming in clear. Yeah, I'm liking this. Took a while to get to make it up to that high tide mark. Yeah, better position there. And I think that. All right, let's get the next order dice. With so many units to look at, I luckily realized that over here, In the hedgerows, we have a first squad LMG team who's got a mortar marker, and that is from the 6 Fallschirmjäger medium mortar here in the church courtyard of Carentan. I just remembered that they're hitting these guys on a 5, so we'll go ahead and let's see. The platoon leader for the 506 1st Platoon, First Lieutenant Corey, he's already gone down. Looks like best option is here we go. We have this first squad assistant leader, Sergeant Steven, and he's got 3 pin markers. There's a chance he will not pass this, so we're going to give this order dice directly to that first squad LMG team. How many pins do they have? They have 2, so they're going to receive a. Have to be an advance order because they can't run from in the hedgerow. So they'll get an advance order. They're going to get off that spot so they don't get hit with the mortar round. Got lucky that I remembered that was going on. And the hedgerows are blocking line of sight, so they will be good to move on this side of the hedgerow. I didn't have enough large trees to make it a. I guess some spots that aren't meant to have large, to block line of sight so much as along the brick walls here to the courtyard. That was meant to be able to fire over the top of. Another example over here. But as for these hedgerows, I had intended them to block line of sight. So now this first squad LMG team will need to take a orders check, and they have 2 pin markers, but they have the first lieutenant right there. So they should be fine. They'll be testing at a 10 and under. And they pass. All right, they narrowly escape getting hit with that medium mortar. Let's see, I don't think there's any targets for these soldiers here. Yep, so I think that's it. Okay, next orders. 506th, 2nd Squad soldier with the BAR. His position is known by the enemy, so I want to go ahead and get him an advance order. And he's going to creep back, grab those 2 grenades from the dead German. The grenades are on the ground there, but they're actually with the dead German here. He'll grab those 2 grenades, and then he's going to use the rest of his 4-inch move in total to end up on the other side of the tall tree. There we go. He is hidden again right now. He won't be able to fire because he used that fire action to pick up the 2 grenades. Oh, forgot to take them. All right. So you'll notice the green D6s represent the grenades held by the U.S. forces, and the brown D6s represent the grenades held by the German forces. Oh, then again, all of these soldiers here, the sniper is Sergeant Caleb, center screen, and there's the 2nd Squad LMG team and the 2nd Squad BAR soldier I mentioned, so they're all hidden again now. Once they move positions in the hedgerows, the units will be hidden all over again. 506, 57mm AT gun is going to receive a fire order. They have 1 pin marker. They'll be testing at a 10 and under because of the First Lieutenant Corey right next to them. I also Sergeant Travis and Sergeant Caleb. Plenty of support nearby. Looking for a 10 and under. They fail and go down. Damn, I was going to have them knock out, even though these soldiers are hidden up here, but you can fire anywhere you want, so it's going to fire for the opening in that roof and at least make those Germans, who is this, the 6 Fallschirmjäger 2nd Section LMG team, in a nasty position covering. And I think they can actually fire on these guys, so, but it doesn't matter, going down. 1058 Grenadiers, 2nd Section LMG gunner. is going to his position is exposed. So the 506 soldiers that are creeping forward through the garden and the hedgerow, they know about his position. I thought about pushing him forward, and that way it would expose the 506th position before it'd be ideal for them. Or fall back, then I lose my sort of picket position, but it's already exposed. So maybe moving forward and forcing the 506th 1st Platoon Sergeant here, David, to give away his own position might be worth the trade. One man for one man. Except the Germans are already down in the fight. Definitely have taken more casualties than the U.S. forces. Run away. Also can just move forward an inch or two, but staying 4 inches still away from Platoon Sergeant David in order to have the position be hidden again. Alright, I'm going to do it. I'm going to advance him forward so he can get within the 4 inches to spot Platoon Sergeant David. Platoon Sergeant David, being on ambush, will get the first 2 shots, giving away his position. And then also, he could miss, it's possible. And then we'll get to return with the 5 shots. So we'll go for it. Alright, need to pass this orders test. And he does have Sergeant Ronald, his half-track right there. So he will be testing at a 10 and under. He passes. Okay, he spots Platoon Sergeant David. Platoon Sergeant David spots the German. Now, he has to shoot. So yeah, Sergeant David springs his ambush, and he doesn't have any grenades, so I'd have him toss a grenade at this man so he could stay hidden. But here we go, the firefight that I've been looking forward to over here. This is the 506th right flank's second attempt to push forward to take this German position. Platoon Sergeant's going to be hitting on close range 2s, single man 3s, and soft cover 4s. 4s, oh boy. Oh yes, 2 hits. So he's got the pin marker, and now this soldier is regular, so dying on 5s and 6s, wounded on 4s. Oh, just the pin. Oh, 5 shots coming back. It's going to be 3s, movement 4s, pin marker 5s, single man 6, soft cover 7s. So he should be okay, but his position is exposed. Okay, all misses. They're both still alive, to my surprise, but both of their positions are now known. .506 medic, he's got 1 grenade and a pistol. He's going to receive an advance order. He's going to creep a couple inches forward, staying hidden still in the hedgerow, and he's going to toss a grenade and try to take out the 6th Fallschirmjäger platoon leader, the 1st Lieutenant Reese, corner position right there, center screen. He's got his dog with him too, and a messenger. Alright, he is 6 inches away, so he is going to be able to hit with this grenade toss, and his position will remain hidden because it's a grenade being thrown. So the 4s for movement, 3s for close range, and 4s for soft cover. Wait, so it'll be 3s, movement 4s, close range 3s, soft cover 4s. Ooh. Man, we better go down. Make it. We're gonna go down. So he's gonna need a 6 to land this grenade to us. Alright, he misses. We're gonna be rolling a 1d6 at a scatter dice and see where this lands. I think it's gonna miss Sergeant Ronald's half track. We are gonna measure from the center of the 3-man unit. So it actually, I think it's gonna hit Sergeant Ronald's half track. We're gonna measure from the center of the 3-man unit. Get our angle right here, and it is gonna land on the hood of Sergeant Ronald's half track. Yikes. D3 pins. 1 pin. It gets the 1 pin marker. And now it's a +2 penetration. Plus it's hitting the top armor. So that'll be +3 on this damage roll. I think it's open top vehicle too, so I think it's supposed to be +4. And I'm running these, my half tracks as 8 armor, not 7. So I'm pretty sure we're looking at a +2, open topped, +3, top armor, +4, and it's an 8. So yeah, we just need a 4 up to do some sort of damage. Okay, so that'll be superficial damage. Okay, so superficial damage. So this is going to be a roll of. Isn't it a open top? Doesn't that affect this roll also? Isn't it a? I need to look that up. So yes, it is a +1 on the damage result, which means this superficial damage of a -3 is going to be a -2. You could knock this vehicle out right now. Super medic. Not to be. So that will be a... the 100th Panzer has been incredibly lucky here in the hedgerows. The 2 half-tracks have been hit multiple times. This half-track with Sergeant Ronald's half-track was ambushed on their patrol route early in the fight and lost all these dead Germans in the road here, including all 3 crew members except for Sergeant Ronald himself. This current crew member manning the light AT gun and MMG is actually a 6th Fallschirmjäger soldier from 1st Section, detached from this half of 1st Section to join Sergeant Ronald's half-track crew. And the front turret's already jammed, so we'll roll for turret jammed for the MMG in the back of the half-track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turret jammed. So both turrets are jammed now. I'll make a note of that. But still, only 2 pin markers, got very lucky. Medic's still hidden. Oh, and Sergeant Ronald's going to go down. His half-track goes down. Oh, and the platoon leader, I went down with him also. Let me straighten this battlefield up. That was excellent. I love that this fight over here is finally starting to kick off. I've been anticipating this battle for a few hours of turn time now. And that's a good result for the medic. Good work. Got 2 units to go down. Excellent. Still have to deal with the 1058 Grenadiers, 2nd Section. 2 soldiers here with assault rifles. That's still a problem. 4 grenades also. And then the 6th Fallschirmjäger. 4 soldiers from 1st Section here. All on ambush. That was epic. I would enjoy continuing to battle, but gotta call it a night. It'll be about 3 nights. Be back down to continue the fight. Draw the next order dice. What it looks like, still a lot. You can see in there, but a lot of order dice to go. A lot. Next time will be US dice. That was epic. A lot of fighting to do still here. 0830 hours. Turn 17. This was part 4, I think. Oh yeah, a lot of fighting still to work out. Catch you next time.